So thanks to Maria for having spared me this extra work. And I would like to introduce our following and last speaker, Mr. Premil Velek. Premil works at the European Schoolnet as the web editor and content manager for the Scientists portal. His responsibilities include creating and editing the portal content, liaising with Scientists members and participating in Scientists dissemination activities. He is also involved in other science education projects run by European Schoolnet and in particular in SPICE. Before coming to European Schoolnet, he has worked as communication officer at the Academy of Sciences in the Czech Republic, and later at the European Science Foundation in Strasbourg, in France, between 2008 and 2010. He was in charge of a range of communication and outreach tasks, from coordinating web development projects, managing online content and media relations, to producing information material and organizing public outreach events. He has been involved in several EU-funded science communication projects. He is originally from the Czech Republic. He holds a master's degree in history and ethnology from the Masaryk University in Brno in the Czech Republic. The floor is yours.
Thank you. I'm going to talk about some networking activity that we at European Schoolnet do. Networking activity, trying to get schools and teachers and students to work together across border in Europe and behind as well. I'm going to talk about three specific examples: SPICE project, Scientists, and e-twinning. But before getting into details relating to this project, I want to introduce European Schoolnet a bit. You can see EUN in short is a network of 31 ministries of education in Europe. It was established in 1997. And the mission of the UN is threefold, let's say. UN wants to promote the use of information technology in the classroom, support cross-border collaboration in Europe between schools and teachers, and as an overall objective, of course, improve and raise the quality of education in Europe. There are three areas of work: policy research and innovation, school services, and learning resource exchange and interoperability. Concrete examples, apart from those three projects I'm going to talk in a bit. Quite a lot of our day-to-day activity we spend managing the e-twinning project. I will talk about it later. But we also have a strong science team that manages science education projects. Scientists and SPICE are part of the team, but I can also mention another project, for example, Ingenious, that focuses on collaboration between schools and industry sector in science education. The portal has been just launched. The URL is ingenious-science.eu, so if you are interested, you can visit our website. A last project I would like to mention is the LRE resources. It's a cross-disciplinary resource that we manage and run. Currently, it has over 100,000 learning resources and teaching materials. The web address is www.lreforschools.eun.org. So if you want, I can give it the web address later if you are interested. So that's EUN. Now let's start with the Scientix project. Some basic facts. Originally, it is an initiative of the European Commission, the Directorate General for Research and Development, for Research and Innovation. It is managed, therefore, it is managed by the by EUN on behalf of the Commission. The project started in December 2009. The portal, one of the main part of the Scientix project, was launched in May last year. The main stakeholders, teachers, researchers, policymakers, basically anyone interested in science education, science and maths education. The key idea behind Scientix, you can see on the screen a selection of science education projects funded by the European Commission, either from the framework programs or from the lifelong learning programs of the DG Education and Culture. We've heard about ROCA report in 2007. That was a signal for the Commission to start supporting the inquiry-based science education in a larger scale, and since then it decided to really support financially those projects. But the experience from the previous project showed that that it was really difficult for those projects to disseminate their results. They produced their learning resources, teaching materials, project reports, but unless you were directly involved in the projects, it was really hard to actually find those results. Usually, the project consortia would put them up on their website, and after the end of the project, normally the website was closed and the project were basically disappeared. So the Scientix main mission is to ensure that the results of science education project in Europe reach wider audience in Europe. So Scientix facilitate or helps facilitating dissemination and sharing of best practices in science and maths education in Europe. The long-term objective is to create a community for science and maths education. There are three tools closely interconnected that we use. The Scientix online platform, www.scientix.eu. We organized Scientix European Conference in May 2011 in Brussels. And we also organize workshops for teachers and for researchers in science education. The Scientix online platform, as I said, www.scientix.eu, collects teaching materials and also research reports from European science education projects financed by the European Union and also by various national initiatives. The original idea was to include only the EU project, but we, since the start of the project, we have broadened our scope a bit. So now the Scientix present also some national or some initiatives funded at the national level or regional levels as well. The portal sections: project library, resources repository, news, events, calendar, community. Important thing: the portal is available in 6 languages: English, French, Spanish, Italian, Polish, and German. The project library. This is where all the EU project, or all the projects in science education are presented. There are 3 different sections. Basic informations, where you can find the basic information of the on the project, together with contact details, web address, and other important information, the subjects, the contact details to the project coordinators and to the project partners. The 2 other sections are more specific. The information for researchers are targeted to project managers and researchers or education experts, and you can also find their research reports produced by the respective projects. Information for teachers. It's, as you can tell, it's targeted to teachers. Again, it basically says what products can teacher use from the project, and they can also download it directly from the page. The resources repository. Apart from the project presentation, there is also a repository of all the learning materials or lessons plans that the projects have produced. Apart from the teaching materials, there are also research reports and online courses. We use the Moodle online platform, where teachers can, well, not just teachers, but any scientific users can enroll in online courses. Currently, we have 11 online courses targeted at the use of information technology in the classroom. The important part of the resource repository is the translation on demand service. As I said, the portal is available in 6 languages, but the learning resources, we don't translate them actually. They stay in their original languages. We only provide the description in the 6 scientific languages and the title of the resource. So if someone is interested in using one of our resources, but it is not in his or her preferred language, then they can use the translation on demand service. It's just very easy to use. You register on the portal and then request translation on the detail page of the resource you're interested in. It's completely free of charge, and we will have the resource translated and then make it available on the very same page where you found the resource. You can find more information about the service on our portal. You can see the web addresses on the screen. The other sections of the portal, Scientific News, we try to publish as much updates from the project we present on the portal as possible, but we also publish policy news from the European Commission or from other institutions of the European Union, and we also publish some research results published in scientific journals related to science or science education. Scientific events, it's basically a calendar of conferences, workshops and other events related to science and maths education. Networking tools. As I said, the long-term objective is to create a community for science education, for science and math education. At this moment, we are well, we will launch in a few days 2 new networking tools. The first one we call Public Profile Directory. It is basically a network, partner search tool. Every Scientix user will be able to create his or her public profile that will be then displayed on the portal, and they will also get access to the public profile directory where they can search for potential project partners or just colleagues from different countries. They can search by country, by role, expertise, subject in science education they are interested in, or of course keywords. The related service is something we call user-generated content. Once you've created your public profile, you can also rate and comment on the resources, on the learning resources in the Scientix learning repository, and the resources you have commented on, or the resources you liked, will then appear on your public profile, and the resources repository will then be in order of the most, or like on the top of the resource will be the most popular resources. So there will be what we hope that will form some kind of self-regulating quality assurance. The other two that are already in place, discussion fora, that by the way SPICE project uses as well, an online chat. Yeah, it's how it will work, the commenting, rating of the resources. You will see that on the resource detail page there will be 2 more windows. The first one, favorited by, and then the list of users that have favorited the resources, and of course the comments and rating saying what the users said about a given resource. So that was the online platform. The second tool is the European conference held in May 2011 in Brussels. The keynote speaker Sir John Hullman, the former advisor to the UK government on science and math education. You can see the list of activities or the program of the conference. In total, we have almost 400 participants from 37 countries. The conference sessions, we hope that we've covered all the aspects of science education, from science education research, formal, informal learning, science museums and amusement parks, including science festivals, school collaboration, schools and industry collaboration, etc., etc. Of course, also portals and resources. All the materials, the program, the slideshow presentations, and the audio recordings are available on the portal on this web address, web/quest/conference. You will also find all the posters that were displayed at the poster session of the conference. The main conclusion of the conference. We were talking about science education system, and there are 3 key aspects: the school curriculum, pedagogy, and assessment. But as the keynote speaker of the conference said, the major element is the quality of the teachers. The second topic, inquiry-based approach. It's nothing new, but it is a proof that the science education that the inquiry-based approach is the main approach throughout the science education community in Europe, and we saw many examples of the use of the inquiry-based science education used in different projects and in different contexts. And the last last topic or last subject, the teacher training. It's related to the inquiry-based science education. We can have excellent learning resources, teaching material, but if the teachers don't know how to use them, they will not be of much use. The third tool, or the third aspect of the scientist activities, the workshops. The workshops, you can see the scientists or the EUN organizes workshops for teachers and for researchers on different aspects related to the content of the scientists portal. So far we have organized 5 workshops. The last one, the Spice Summer Academy in Czech Republic in Prague, this August. It was in the framework of the Spice project, which brings me to the second part of my presentation. The Spice project, spicing up math and science classes by sharing initiatives between European teachers. Again, some basic facts. It is lifelong learning project funded by the European Commission, coordinated by the European Schoolnet. The other 2 project partners were from Czech Republic, the Office for International Services of the Czech Ministry of Education, and the Directorate General for Curriculum Development in Portugal. The project period 2009 and 2011. The main activities, again, it was mainly about networking and sharing learning resources. So it's very, in a way, it's very similar to scientists, but in a much smaller scale. In exchange, the SPICE will produce a tangible results. As the main, you can see math and science teachers from 14 European countries were involved. The main activity is to collect, analyze, validate and share innovative teaching practices based on inquiry-based science education. One of the challenges in science education and in cross-border collaboration in science education is the different curricula in different education systems in European countries. So it's very, it might be difficult to find a topic that teacher, for example, in Poland can use, and the same topic and the same lesson plan can be then used in Great Britain or in Germany. The SPICE project, the main activity of the SPICE project was to identify good practices related to inquiry-based science education that can be used in any European country, and that can be and that will be validated in a classroom in several European countries. So there will be a proof that the good practices, the lesson plan, is ready to use in different educational contexts. We have 24 good practices, or GPs, and the validation, the trials, were quite simple. There were two groups of students. One was using the conventional or the traditional teaching, the other one the inquiry-based science education, and and then after the class there was a test, and just by comparison of the test results between those groups of students, we could see, or we could tell whether or not the good practices was beneficial for students and for teachers or not. We also had a questionnaire survey for teachers and for students as well. I will I will explain a bit about the questionnaires in a minute. Just one last thing. All the good practices, once validated, we are now we are now in the process of validating and analyzing the results we got from the tests and from the questionnaires. They'll be available online for anyone interested in science education or in inquiry-based approach. The first results comes from the teachers' questionnaires. You can see that almost 80% of the teachers involved in the SPICE project are planning to continue using the good practices in the future, and even more of them indicated that the good practices had actually increased their interest and motivation in science teaching. Then, as I said, the good practices will be available online, more specifically on the Moodle platform of the Scientix portal. The URL is here, moodle.scientix.eu, where at the moment they are not online yet, but hopefully in the coming months we will make them all available. One last thing about SPICE project. The online continuation of the project is taking place on in the Scientix fora. It's called the SPICE Communities of Practice, and also some of the teachers involved in SPICE project have also formed eTwinning partnerships, and they are continuing using the materials coming from SPICE in their eTwinning project and collaborative activities. Now this brings us to the eTwinning, the last part of my presentation. So what is eTwinning? It's a communication platform, a social network, if you like, promoting and allowing for teacher and student exchange. It's actually very simple to start an eTwinning project or eTwinning partnership. You just register on the eTwinning website, and there are tools tools facilitating project partner search. So once you have found a partners, then nothing. Then it's quite quite simple to start a collaboration. It is managed by the again by EUN on behalf of the European Commission. There are at the moment 33 participating countries. In each of the participating countries, there are national support services. The central support services at the European level is performed by the UN. Main elements of e-twinning, as I said, informal social network, online collaborative work, and continuing professional development for teachers. I will explain a bit the first two tools, the social network and then the collaborative works. If you are interested, you can easily find all the information regarding continuing professional development on the website www.etwinning.net. Contrary to SPICE and Scientists, eTwinning is cross-disciplinary platform. So at this moment, it has 11 subject areas. There is science, but there are also languages, art, sports, history, and many others. So it is not. It is more of a scaffolding or a platform that allows teachers and students to create their own content, to create their own projects. The portal is the heart of the project, is the main tool that UN or that eTwinning uses. There are two features or two tools that allow for the collaboration and networking: the desktop and Twinspace. The eTwinning desktop, it's basically a personal profile where you can store your personal content, contacts, and description or relating or information relating to your projects and other activities. Through this desktop, you can search for a partners. You can discuss with other teachers, and you can also share results from your projects. The eTwinning Twinspace, it's actually a virtual classroom that the eTwinning projects use for collaboration. It has been created directly or specifically for eTwinning, and it is open, whereas the previous tool, the eTwinning desktop, it's restricted to teachers. The Twinspace is open both to teachers and student collaboration. And then last slide is the synergy between eTwinning and Scientists. You have probably got it yourself. The SPICE and Scientists can provide the content, whereas the eTwinning is the platform for collaboration. From SPICE or from Scientists resource repository, you can find science and math teaching materials. You can be in closer contact to actual research and latest development in science education. The eTwinning can provide an online platform for collaborative project work, facilitate contact with other teachers, and as I'd also mentioned, can help you with your professional development. The specific example of the synergy is actually the eTwinning project between SPICE teachers. one of the challenges in eTwinning collaborative work is that it might be difficult to find a subject that is suitable, that fits within the curricula in both countries, or in the countries that are involved in the projects. Despite SPICE good practices will have been validated, so there is no risk that these inconsistencies will happen. So the SPICE activities, SPICE good practices are ready to use for any eTwinning science projects. That's all. Thank you for your attention. If you want more information, you can contact either me or Dr. Agueda Gras Velasquez from the European Schoolnet, the science program manager, or Barbara Schwarzenbacher, the pedagogical advisor involved in the SPICE project. For more information about eTwinning, you either contact National Support Service in your country, or you can contact also the Central Support Service at European Schoolnet. Just one last thing I have. There are some leaflets and brochures available on EUN activities and on Scientix on the bench at the exit. So if you are interested, you can grab any of those.
Thank you very much. Let me, as usual, try to give a short summary in Italian. La presentazione del nostro collega del European Schoolnet è iniziata con una presentazione di che cos'è European Schoolnet, un consorzio no profit di 31 ministeri della pubblica istruzione europea creati nel 1997. European Schoolnet gestisce i principali portali europei di didattica, istruzione, apprendimento e collaborazione, spianando la strada a un cambiamento nella scolarizzazione attraverso l'uso delle nuove tecnologie. Le attività della European Schoolnet sono suddivise in 3 aree di lavoro: supporto alle scuole nell'uso delle tecnologie nell'apprendimento, promuovere la dimensione europea nelle scuole e nell'istruzione e migliorare la qualità dell'istruzione in Europa. European Schoolnet gestisce fra altre cose Scientix per conto della Commissione europea. Scientix è la comunità su internet per l'insegnamento delle scienze in Europa, è aperta a insegnanti, ricercatori, policy makers, enti locali, genitori, chiunque sia interessato all'istruzione scientifica. La URL è scientix.eu. Scientix consentirà l'accesso a materiali didattici, risultati di ricerche, documenti politici provenienti dai progetti europei di educazione scientifica finanziati dall'Unione Europea e da diverse iniziative nazionali. E mi fa piacere dire che tra i progetti che Scientix convoglia c'è anche SIP, il network che noi coordiniamo relativo alla formazione dell'insegnante di scienze versione 2.0. La piattaforma di Scientix divulga anche notizie relative alla formazione nella scienza ed è disponibile in 6 lingue, in inglese, francese, tedesco, spagnolo, italiano e polacco. E come diciamo prima consente anche una diffusione, una disseminazione dei risultati di questi progetti che sono portati insieme, che includono sia progetti del programma LLP che progetti del 6° e 7° programma quadro di ricerca. Scientix non è solamente un sito web, ma è anche un'entità che organizza svariati eventi e seminari. L'evento principale organizzato da Scientix è stata la conferenza che si è tenuta tra il 6 e l'8 maggio 2011 e per promuovere le attività di rete tra le comunità scientifiche ed educative e fornire informazioni sui servizi in linea, e fra l'altro un nostro collega che purtroppo oggi non è presente ha partecipato proprio a questo evento, e serve essenzialmente a fare networking. Tra gli altri progetti gestiti dalla European Schoolnet c'è il progetto SPICE, un progetto biennale iniziato a dicembre 2009, gestito oltre che dalla European Schoolnet anche dal Portogallo e dalla Repubblica Ceca. SPICE è finanziato nell'ambito del programma LLP, e l'obiettivo primario di questo progetto è quello di raccogliere, analizzare, validare e condividere pratiche pedagogiche innovative, in particolare quelle che utilizzano un apprendimento basato sulla ricerca per migliorare l'interesse degli studenti nel campo delle scienze. SPICE sostiene questo obiettivo, l'individuazione, l'analisi e la validazione di buone pratiche pedagogiche nella matematica, nelle scienze e nelle tecnologie, che oggi sono per lo più basati sull'informatica e sulla diffusione in tutta Europa. I criteri di buona pratica permette di avere nuovi progetti, linee guida e assicurare innovazione e qualità. SPICE coinvolge docenti e esperti provenienti da 16 paesi. In ogni paese è stato selezionato un insegnante di scienze o di matematica che fa parte del panel di SPICE, e questo porta insieme un panel che aiuta a selezionare le buone pratiche che possono essere sperimentate poi in altre scuole e in altri paesi, e i risultati sono stati condivisi nell'ambito di un workshop organizzato nella Repubblica Ceca ad agosto quest'anno. E infine ci è stata presentata brevemente il programma e-twinning, un'opportunità di scambio di informazioni e buone pratiche tra gli insegnanti e le scuole attraverso un portale che è dedicato a scuole, insegnanti e studenti. So, thank you for this presentation.